Hey guys, I'm Elite Series Pro Keith Combs, and one of the questions I get asked most is, what knot do you tie when you're tying a knot on fluorocarbon line? For me, it's simple. On all my fluorocarbons, I use a Palomar knot, and I'm just going to go through the steps that I use when attaching this knot. Today we got a Strike King 10XD 25-pound Seaguar Tatsu, and this line is really easy to tie. Too, because it doesn't abrade at all at the knot, and that's something that is hard to find in a fluorocarbon. The first step, we're going to take the line through the split ring and back through. That's going to create our initial loop. So that's the first step. I use a generous amount of line because we're going to have to loop this big bait back through it again. Once we've got that loop, we're going to tie just a simple overhand knot. I usually use my teeth to pull it back through. When I do this, I'm making sure of a couple things. One, I don't want to get a loop in this line right here. What I mean is getting it like that. You won't want it to be looped. You want it to be just one big loop. And the second thing I'm making sure of is that I don't get my line or my knot into the split of the ring. I want it to be on the side. So once I make sure of those two things, I'm ready to proceed with just dropping the lure through that loop, and then I'm going to pull it down. Once I get it down there pretty close, I'm going to wet it. Cinch it down. Make sure you do wet it though. That's going to make a better knot. Pull it tight and just double check. Make sure you did not get in the split, because the edges of that split are very sharp. They can cut your line. It's not going to let your lure run true if that split is in the eye either. So adjust your knot. You can just slide the knot down close, but not in the split. Just like that. The last step is make you a nice close cut on the tag end. Cut it down there close. Your knot's not going to slip or anything like that. And if you leave too much on there, it's going to catch grass and things like that and just make a mess. But that's it. That's Seaguar 25-pound Tatsu onto a Strike King 10XD. That's a big bass setup that's going to hold up. Tie that right there and go after 'em.